some of our graduates are wearing an honor cord of red, white, and blue. These colors signify that these graduates are United States veterans who have served in our armed forces. Would Tilda Riles, Larry Richards, and Christopher O'Brien please rise so we can thank you for your service to our country. Educational journey. You manage jobs, families, and myriad of responsibilities, yet you still manage to continue your education and complete a degree at Loyola University, Chicago. For you have many choices these days for completing your education, but you chose a Jesuit university, steeped in the mission of St. Ignatius, a university that values social justice, promotes the common good, and demands the exemplary academic rigor. Our clinical laboratory science students have spent the entire past year in the hospital laboratory, developing their skills with diagnosis of infection and diseases. Our paralegal graduates have now acquired the expertise to assist in providing services to many areas of the law. And our degree completion students, earning degrees in management and criminal justice, have overcome extraordinary obstacles to finally arrive at this day. I know all too well how many times you questioned this journey, doubted yourselves, wondered why in the world you ever thought you could do this, and got very tired of people asking, when will you be finished? As you leave us today to continue this celebration with family and friends, I send you off with advice that was given to me many years ago when I graduated from this very school. Never stop learning. Embrace your Jesuit education and the values you have learned in everything you do. Please don't forget us. Remember, you always have a home at Loyola University. God bless.
With great pleasure, I present our surprise student speaker, or at least a surprise for the family because she's Margaret Kennedy, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Management, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the student community of the School of Continuing and Professional Studies.
Regrets. I have only one today. As a transfer student to Loyola, I was not required to take Com 101, Public Speaking with Cindy Maxey. Unfortunately, I had met that requirement. For those of you instructed by Cindy, you were transformed from the wobbly knees and shaky voice speaking experience, which right now I know all too well. You were transformed into a confident public speaker, a speaker ready to take on any Toastmasters gathering. During our time spent here at Loyola, there were many great transformational courses and professors like Cindy who inspired us. Sean Wentz, Kevin O'Connor, Patty McNally, Carolus, to name a few. Too many to mention in the few minutes I have now. They transformed us many times overnight, where we were able to put into practice the principles learned the very next day at work or with our families. It is this transformational spirit that a Jesuit education provides that will continue to inspire us as we go forward today transforming our world. An old Chinese proverb states, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. It was over 20 years ago, way over, I stopped midway in getting my degree to start my family, and they are here now. And I didn't tell them I was going to be the speaker today. Surprise. I could not have done it without you, kids, and I love you all so very, very much. It was 3 years ago I enrolled in Loyola School of Continuing and Professional Studies. It wasn't just a fear of failure, of starting and not finishing again, or arrogance, for I was doing all right without a degree, that kept me from this worthy accomplishment. I was lacking in self-awareness, and it seems fitting that I came to Loyola to finish my degree, where developing awareness is a value embraced and taught by St. Ignatius Loyola through his spiritual disciplines nearly 500 years ago, and today is carried on by the good work of the staff we love. The greater your self-awareness by obtaining a discipline of daily reflection, the greater your ability to learn, to adapt, to innovate, to love, to step out from your comfort zone, from the mundane tasks of everyday life, to literally transform your world and the world around you. It was in this process of knowing myself, refining my true desire, understanding my strengths and what was holding me back. It was by planting that tree 3 years ago here at Loyola that I took myself out of the chronological model of success and allowed the transformational spirit of Loyola to work within me and really take hold. It is the same spirit that was at work in you. It is the same spirit that inspired Loyola to launch the Jesuits at age 49 and inspired George Mario Bergoglio, now known as Pope Francis, to become a Jesuit priest at age 32. It is this transformation that begins in the classroom, where we learn how to love ourselves and others. We learn how to innovate and embrace a changing world. We learn how to aim high through heroic ambitions, and we learn we are able to transform the world. A great example of this is how in a word, one word, in choosing the name Francis, Cardinal Bergoglio was able to ignite, inspire, and practically overnight transform the minds and open the hearts of Catholics and those of other faiths across the globe. The name Francis means many things to many people. Above all, it symbolizes poverty, humility, simplicity, and love. It also symbolizes rebuilding the Catholic Church. The selection of this name can only have come from many years of self-reflection, of knowing himself and his worldview. The selection of this name acknowledges an ever-changing world and the challenges of today to preserve the sanctity of life, the sanctity of marriage, to address the threat from radical Islam and secularism, and to do so with a broken church. Go, Francis, and repair my church in ruins, said our Lord Jesus Christ 3 times to St. Francis. Go, Francis, and repair my church in ruins. Yes, the selection of the name Francis is aiming high. It is true to a Jesuit philosophy of answering the call and being heroic. And with this loving and engaging way, Pope Francis, stepping out in faith, began his journey, this time not to serve the Pope as Jesuits were mandated, but to be the Pope, to transform the Church and to transform our world. Each of us, as graduates of Loyola, no matter what our job is or our role in society, has the ability to transform the world with our words and our actions. We can inspire and be the Cindy Maxeys, Charlottes, Kevin O'Connors, and the Francises of the world. The transformational spirit has taken hold and is rooted in the learnings and the knowledge we gained in the past few years. It is rooted in the values taught in developing awareness, being innovative, being loving and compassionate, and by not settling. by not letting fear or arrogance trump the desires of our heart. It is rooted in aiming high, in stepping out in faith, and in answering the call to serve. Congratulations, class of 2013.